All right. So today we're going to take a look at one of my plugins called CASPER. CASPER is kind of like a buffer, delay, repeater, glitch type of thing. But I made it with the intention to accompany you playing something. So here, let me pull it up right here. Super simple interface. You have ghost, which is how loud the repeats are, what's playing back. And then food is how much the output is feeding back into the input. So to break it down quickly, CASPER is 4 buffers. There's two on the left and 2 on the right. The first buffers record the input, and the second buffers record the first buffers. And then there's also a delay line in there that kind of like delays the playback of the buffers. And things like direction, speed, filtering, low pass stuff is all completely randomized to the clock in Ableton. So, and this is kind of set so it's not usually playing back. It's usually recording, but it's not usually playing back. So what ends up happening is you get these 4 buffers playing back at random in random speeds and random low pass filter settings and volumes and everything. And you just basically get this weird glitchy accompaniment to your playing. So it's almost like a thing that reacts to what you're playing, and you can then react to what it spits back at you. And yeah, I guess we should just check it out and hear it. Nothing happens until you start the clock. So let's do that. I'm going to just reset. I don't remember if I recorded anything. All right, so I'm putting on a click so you can hear what it does, but... Yeah, so that kind of thing. It basically just kind of records you at random, plays back at random, and I just found it like a really fun thing to kind of have like improv back and forth with. I originally came up with this idea on the Octatrack, and I use that to record on the one of every bar, and then you could use probabilities when it would play back, and you just set up a whole bunch of triggers almost on every step to play back at different speeds and different directions, and just kind of always be recording the live input. Now that didn't always work, because if you were recording and then right after went backward, like triggered a buffer to play backwards, it would then just stop after like a second or whatever. So it was a little glitchy. And once I got into Max for Live, I really realized that like to play something back at random is really simple, and this idea could really kind of come to life a little more. So yeah, that's why I made it, and that's kind of what it sounds like. Me personally, I always use it with this other plugin, Inspectah. It just sounds amazing together, and I can show you like a little demonstration of that. This is, and then I also just have a piano plugin. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to actually delete this CASPER because it does keep stuff in the buffer for a long time. Yeah, let's try something. I'm going to turn up the feedback, the food, and these numbers on the plugin, these red numbers when it's active, are just the different playback speeds and directions, and it's just kind of showing you, but they're all layered over one another, so it makes it weird and glitchy. I don't know, whatever. And at one point I had these two plugins combined, but I like the idea of having, if you like, I use this sometimes. It's really fun for improv. I use the tape emulation all of the time. So yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah. There we go. CASPER. So it's basically just, I don't know, like a glitchy playback thingy. What else could I tell you about it? I don't know. Yeah, just the clock is kind of controlling everything. Every time there's a quarter note pulse from the Ableton clock, that's hitting a whole bunch of different randomizers that I built out in Max for Live. And those are then selecting either 0 playback speed or anywhere up to 2 octaves, and then, you know, half octaves as well. So you kind of get this like sometimes just solo thing going, and then it turns into this like cacophony of things you played in the past and things that got recorded over the things you were playing over in the past. And yeah, it's just a really fun little plugin. If you're interested, it's at kinggrump.gumroad.com. I believe it's $10. Super fun if you're like a instrumentalist, if you're somebody who likes to improv with synths or anything. And you can just, you know, record this whole, you know, I had the plug-in, the guitar, could just grab a track and record this whole output and then resample that or use it for other parts. But yeah, check it out if you dig it. All right, peace, y'all.